A bright-eyed young girl named Claire traveled to Paris with her parents for a summer vacation. Their apartment was a dream come true, perched high above the bustling streets and offering a breathtaking view of the Eiffel Tower. Each evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the tower sparkled with golden lights, and Claire would sit on the balcony mesmerized by the beauty of the city. However, despite the enchanting sights around her, Claire felt lonely. The streets were filled with the laughter and chatter, but there were no children her age to share the adventure with. Each day, as her parents explored the city, Claire would watch the world below from her balcony, her heart yearning for a friend. One sunny afternoon, as Claire gazed out at the vibrant green leaves of a magnificent tree swaying gently in the breeze, something magical caught her eye. A tiny figure fluttering between the branches, a delicate fairy with shimmering wings that sparkled like the stars. Claire's heart raced with excitement and wonder. "Hello!" Claire called out hesitantly, unsure if the fairy could hear her. To her astonishment, the fairy paused, her wings glimmering in the sunlight.
"Hello, Claire,"
the fairy replied with a tinkling voice, floating closer.
"I'm Felicity, the guardian of this tree. I've been watching you and thought you looked lonely."
Claire's eyes widened in delight. "You can see me? You're real?"
"Of course I am. I love making new friends."
Her smile warm and inviting. From that moment on, Claire and Felicity met every day. They shared stories and laughter, exploring the wonders of the tree together. Felicity showed Claire how to listen to the whispers of the leaves and taught her songs of the birds. They created tiny adventures like hiding acorns and having tea parties with imaginary friends. One day, Felicity said,
"Let's have a picnic. I'll gather some magic berries, and you can bring the snacks your parents made."
Claire's heart swelled with joy as they spread a small blanket on the balcony, filling it with treats. They giggled and shared stories, their friendship blossoming like the flowers in the park below. As the days turned into weeks, Claire found happiness in her magical friendship, but deep down, she felt a sadness growing. Her vacation was coming to an end, and soon she would have to return home, leaving Felicity behind. On their last day together, Claire and Felicity sat in the tree, the sun casting a golden glow around them. Claire's heart felt heavy.
"Felicity, I have to go home tomorrow,"
she said, her voice trembling. The fairy's wings drooped slightly, and she looked at Claire with understanding.
"I know, dear friend, but remember, friendship doesn't end just because we're apart. I'll always be here watching over the tree and thinking of you."
Tears filled Claire's eyes.
"But I will miss you so much." "I will miss you too, Claire,"
Felicity said gently.
"But whenever you look at the Eiffel Tower, just remember our adventures. I'll always be just a wish away."
With that, Felicity took Claire's tiny hands in hers and whispered,
"For our goodbye, I want to give you something special."
She fluttered up into the branches and waved her tiny wand. Suddenly, the tree began to sparkle with a brilliant light, shimmering with colors that danced like the stars.
"Only you can see this magic. When you come back to Paris, look for this tree. The sparkle will guide you to me, and you will always know where to find your friend."
Claire's heart soared with joy as the tree twinkled before her eyes.
"Thank you, Felicity. I will never forget you."
As the last rays of sunlight faded, Claire hugged Felicity tightly, feeling the warmth of their friendship surrounding her. They shared one final magical moment, and as Felicity sparkled shimmering sparkles over Claire, she whispered a promise that their friendship would always remain in their hearts. The next morning, as Claire packed her bags, she took one last look at the beautiful tree outside her balcony. A feeling of warmth enveloped her, and she whispered,
"Goodbye, Felicity. Thank you for everything."
As they flew back home, Claire looked out the airplane window, her heart filled with both sadness and joy. She had experienced a magical summer in Paris and made a friend who would always be in her spirit. And even though they were miles apart, Claire knew that their friendship would last forever, a beautiful memory tucked away in her heart, just like the sparkling fairy dust that danced in the sunlight. When she returned home, Claire promised herself that one day she would return to Paris and find Felicity again, guided by the magic of the sparkling tree that would forever remind her of their enchanting summer together.